guys, today we're taking a picture.
Don't push that. Oh, bye. Oh.
This is Mommy Vivian, this is my Naomi.
You have two mommies.
Two moms.
How do you feel about
Right?
that? My first impression was I wanted to fight her. This can go either really good or it can go really bad. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. If you are new here, this is
Naomi.
And today's video is very interesting. As you can see by the title, we are doing a Q&A. So if you guys don't know, I have a daughter named Amelia and her dad is married to Naomi, and we are here to answer you guys' questions about being a blended family and how we get along, because this isn't like a normal situation, I guess you can say, because in the world people are very bitter, angry, and just against each other, but we're not, and it's all by the grace of God. So we just want to share with you guys and answer your questions. And I grew up in a blended family, so I was in the opposite of my daughter's situation, kind of, because my parents didn't talk to each other as I was growing up, and they still don't talk to each other. So, and you're not, huh? You're not part of a blended family. Your parents are still together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we kind of both have different backgrounds and been through different things. So yeah, let's start this video. Anything you want to add on?
No. I'm a little nervous.
What was the first impression? My first impression was I wanted to fight her. I'm just kidding.
Why don't you remember how you found out about me?
Oh yeah?
It was not the best. Not that it was anything bad, but it's just funny how she found out about me. My first impression, I was nervous. I just feel like at the time we were dating, so I just felt nervous of what she would think of me, and it was more on my end, like insecurities probably, and just was like, okay, like this can go either really good or it can go really bad, but it ended up really good because we were saved already.
Yes.
We were saved, thank the Lord. But I think my first impression was, at the end, like, we just love Ami, and I can see how much she loves Ami, and she just wanted to make sure that who he's bringing into his life is gonna be the best fit for her and not just some randoms coming in and out.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to fight Naomi ever. It was when I found out, it's because her dad didn't tell me. Like, he was scared of confrontation because I'm very confrontational. I was. I'm not gonna convince that on myself. But yeah, basically, I didn't find out through her dad. Let's just say that. I didn't find out through her dad. So I was literally pissed. Not because he had moved on, but I was pissed that he didn't tell me we were together and she was around Amelia, because that was like our deal. Like, don't bring nobody around Amelia unless we know them. That was like our deal. So I was pretty pissed that he never told me, because I didn't know anything about her. But I never felt no type of way towards her. I never thought like she was like mean or disrespectful or anything. She was always been nice. And I don't even think we ever got into it. It mostly just me and her.
If anything, it was just like regarding Ami.
Yeah.
But it was never like, I don't like you, like
nothing weird
like that.
But no, my first impression was that she was really nice. So my first impression was, okay, she's younger than me. So number one, I just felt like I just had to be nicer because I'm older. Because I'm like supposed to be more mature, right?
yeah.
And then I never think anything of her. She was nice. I went over her house. Remember that? I went over her house.
Our first like apartment type of.
Yeah, I went over their house to eat because we were in a heat wave.
Was it after you got saved?
We were all saved at this time, which is like that's like a whole nother weird miracle story. All I know is God loves Amelia, because I don't know how we all got saved at the same time, huh?
Yeah. If it wasn't for Edgar probably saying yes to going to group, I don't think we would be here.
None of us.
None of us.
I wouldn't be here. She wouldn't be here because
Jimmy wouldn't be here.
Jimmy would be here, but not with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. He went to somebody's family group, and then that's how they found out about freedom. And then she started going, and then the very first, was it my first time at freedom? No, it wasn't my first time at freedom.
When?
Oh,
You went 2 weeks, I think a week or two after we did.
yeah, so I went to freedom literally like 2 weeks after they did, because they had just started going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going, and we all got planted and saved around the same time,
Yeah.
which is crazy, and which is a part of that's like a huge reason why we all get along too.
Yeah.
Is because we're all planted in the same place, we all have the same vision, and we just care about Amelia, really, if anything. Someone said how.
God.
How?
God.
God. Did you guys get along right away? We did. I did her eyelashes too one time, remember that?
You did.
Yeah.
I feel like we got along really well. Like, especially in the beginning, became kind of like best friends.
Oh yeah,
Like, we would text every day.
because we didn't have friends at freedom.
Yeah, we didn't. Like, we literally just, all we had was each other, and like,
Because
we became like best friends.
Yeah, we were pretty new at freedom. Like, really new
Like,
at freedom. Fresh, like freshly new.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like I didn't really have any friends at the church, because I normally am not social like that. I could be social, but I'm very like, I could be very to myself, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was very to myself, and I would feel weird if people would try being my friend for some reason. I felt like it was fake, because I was just out of the world, and all I knew was like people being fake and weird and backstabbers, so like I wouldn't allow people into my life that easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, we became pretty close, because she wasn't hanging out with her friends from the world, I wasn't hanging out with my friends from the world. I didn't really have any friends at freedom yet, she didn't really have any friends at freedom, and then yeah, we just kind of like, yeah, we were really close. Yeah, we were close in the beginning, and then we kind of both started making our own friends, but we were still friends, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't stop being friends, but we started making our own friends
Yeah.
at freedom. How do you talk to your daughter about this blended family?
I don't think me and Edgar have ever had that talk with her. I feel like because she was so small when she started coming around me. Honestly, I think it's when she barely turned 2.
Mm-hmm.
After she turned 2, that she was already like having a relationship with her and everything. I got really close to Ami, like really close. When it was like it was during COVID when everything happened. So me and Ami spent a lot of time together. So I feel like she just saw me and her dad always, and so she never really like
Questioned
ever. And even like now that she's
Yeah.
like 4, she never.
Well, she saw them from the beginning. So
Yeah.
for me, it's different. Because there's like 2 different situations. Because
Yeah.
Jimmy barely came into the picture last year. So that had to be explained to her. Like, me and
Mhm.
Jimmy had to be explained to her. Like, hey, this is your other dad now. You know, this
Yeah.
is your other dad now. And she had to like catch on to it. But she was already 4 by that time. So that had to be explained to her. But she was a baby when she started going around NAOMI. So that didn't really have to
Yeah.
be explained to her. But you just reminded me, like, first impressions. I remember before, when Amelia would go over to her dad's, I would always be like, oh, this guy, like, I don't even think he knows what he's doing. Like, I don't know. Because she would sleep over and everything. I'm like, I don't know if he's, like, okay. Like, does he know what he's doing? I basically didn't, like, not that I didn't trust him, but I was just being, like, a worry. Like, a mom that worries a lot. And I remember when I found out about NAOMI, like, I was mad that he didn't tell me, but mostly I was relieved. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God.
Yeah.
There's a woman there. She's helping him. Somebody's helping him. So that's what I felt relief too, because I was just thinking like, man, this guy, he doesn't even know what he's doing. Like, that's how I used to think about him. Like, as him being a single dad, I would get like nervous almost when he'll be by himself with Ami. Not saying that he's a bad dad, but I think that's just like a mom. It was like just like a mom thing.
The crazy thing is, he taught me a lot of how to parent Ami, because even though she was still a baby, like, not that I didn't get thrown into it, I knew what I was getting into, but I had to learn how to parent, obviously not how my parents did it. So it took a lot of time, how to be patient, how to love and not just correct and just do it how my dad and my mom did it. And so he studied it, and he loves Ami so much. Like, like, if it wasn't for him teaching me how to be a parent, like, I would expect you to beat me. I would be mean.
No, yeah, I feel we have like that. I think in both of our marriages, we have like that balance because her Amelia's dad's very loving, Jimmy's very loving, and then I'm loving too, but I correct a lot. Not a lot, but I feel like she's around me a lot, so I have to correct her.
Yeah, we're both like the same.
Yeah, and then her too, she corrects, but then, yeah. So it's pretty well balanced. At any point, did you and Naomi not get along? Never.
No.
If I ever was having any, like, if I was ever arguing or getting mad at somebody, it was never with her. Yeah. Ever. Did you always have a good relationship with Amelia's dad and wife? With her, yes. With Amelia's dad, it took some Jesus. I could just say that.
Yeah.
But with her, always. Because she didn't do anything to me. You know? And at the end of the day, like, if you read the Bible, that's really where you learn how to forgive people. From a lot of stuff. From, like, a lot. And if God forgives you, you have to forgive others. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven can be compared to a king who decided to bring his accounts up to date with servants who had borrowed money from him. In the process, one of his debtors was brought in who owed him millions of dollars. He couldn't pay, so his master ordered that he be sold, along with his wife, his children, and everything he owned, to pay the debt. But the man fell down before his master and begged him, "Please be patient with me, and I will pay it all." Then his master was filled with pity for him, and he released him and forgave his debt. But when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant who owed him a few $1,000s. He grabbed him by the throat and demanded instant payment. His fellow servant fell down before him and begged him for a little more time. "Be patient with me and I will pay it," he pleaded. But his creditor wouldn't wait. He had the man arrested and put in prison until the debt could be paid in full. When some of the other servants saw this, they were very upset. They went to the king and told him everything that had happened. Then the king called in the man he had forgiven and said, "You evil servant, I forgave you that tremendous debt because you pleaded with me. Shouldn't you have mercy on your fellow servant, just as I had mercy on you?" Then the angry king sent the man to prison to be tortured until he had paid his entire debt. That's what my heavenly Father will do to you if you refuse to forgive your brothers and sisters from your heart. That was a lot. But that was the scripture that really helped me forgive. And honestly, I was very, very into the word in the beginning. I still am, but in the beginning, I was like on X game modes. Like, I read the whole New Testament in like a couple, I don't know how long. It didn't take me that long, but in the very early on, very early on, I was in the word already, like right away. 2 months before I got to freedom, I was already in the word. So God was already working on me on forgiving. If you don't read the word, you're going to have no revelation, and you're not going to be able to truly forgive anybody if you don't read about it.
I just want to say about freedom when it comes to our co-parenting. Also, if it wasn't for our leaders that would sit down with us all together too. We've had maybe like 3 sit downs with our leaders all together where they are able to be very objective and see all of our sides and help us at the end of the day come to a conclusion for what's best for Ami. I don't think we would be this far either if it wasn't for our leaders also helping us a lot.
For sure, because there was times where I would get like, never on her. Just want to say that. But there was times where I would get like crazy a little bit when I was in the flesh. So you gotta have some leadership, and you gotta let people look at your blind spots, because we all have blind spots. Everyone. Did you feel any jealousy at first when she first married Ami's dad? No. Like I said, I was very relieved. And I was actually really happy that they got married, because I remember when I found out, I told Edgar, I'm like, dude, now you better marry her, because you already brought her around Ami. Like, I don't care. Like, y'all better get married. She's already in the picture. So I felt mostly relieved more than anything. And especially because Amelia already had a relationship with her. I didn't want that to hurt her at all. We have a group text. We don't like, I don't like text Edgar separately. He doesn't text me separately. Same thing, like, we just all have a group text. It's called the Ami chat. So she's in there, I'm in there, Amelia's dad's in there, and Jimmy's in there. So we're all in the chat. We're all in there. So that's one way where we stay accountable. We learned that at Freedom. Just mail and female, doesn't matter who, like, there's always accountability.
Yeah, I think it's just respect too for, well, now that she's married with Jimmy, him being on the chat too, just keeping like that respect and honor towards our spouses, even though we both are very secure in the relationship and we don't suspect like anything fishy going on. It's just the culture that freedom's like set for us, so we just, it's like natural.
Yeah.
And I feel like, why wouldn't we? It just feels weird, like, why would we not?
We learned that from our pastor because he always says it, like, you'll never see me alone ever with opposite sex. And that's why there hasn't ever been any kind of scandal in his marriage, because you're accountable.
Yeah.
You know? Not saying that there would be. Same thing, like, even with us. Not saying that there would be, but you can never, like... You
can't ever get too comfortable.
Yeah, you gotta have your boundaries. There has to be boundaries, like... I'm not over here besties with Edgar's, like, that's weird. Like, I'm not his bestie. Like, we keep it cool, we're friends, you know, we're parents to Amelia, our spouses are in it, we allow our spouses to speak into it because they're also their parents. They're considered, like, their other parents, and we don't like step parent. It's more like mom and mom, dad and dad, and she has names for us, like Mommy Vivian, Mommy NAOMI, Daddy Edgar, and Daddy Chili.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're in a competition to make your time with your daughter better or more fun?
Dang, that is a good question. Honestly, I thought that in the beginning. Once I met her, I think I felt that even before I met her, because I think I felt like I wanted to come off like as a good impression for her, that like I was taking care of her, like I spend a lot of like time with her. I don't want to say it like as a competition, because if it's a competition, then what's the point of spending time with Ami?
For me, I kind of feel like sometimes when I'm not doing nothing at home, I'm like, dang, I need to go to the park or something, because I see that you guys take her to the park. Not like a competition, but like I just feel like, dang, I can't be boring. Any tips on being an amazing stepmom?
I would just say, of course, it makes it easier when we're both following God, and we both, I feel like talking as just moms, me, Vivian and myself, us going through our own journey with God, I feel like helped a lot, where we're able to be very slow to speak and slow to anger, and at the end of the day we want the best for Ami. So I feel like if you build that relationship with the mom and just, you know, like even sit down and meet them, kind of how we did when we first met, like it was just kind of like, we're gonna sit down and we're just gonna like, it's just Ami at the end of the day. It's like, it's at the end of the day, it's Ami. I have to put maybe in the beginning whatever insecurities I had, whatever I needed to deal with aside, and not make it about myself, and be like, okay, like this is a child, like, and now that we were on a walk with God, I didn't want what I've seen in my, not my parents, but in other relationships, of where it's just bashing on the dad, bashing on the mom, and they grow up like that and they start being like that, and I didn't want that. So that helped a lot. But I would just think, like, just act like if it's your kid.
Yeah.
Act like if it's your kid. It's nothing weird. Like, you don't have to make it weird. Like, if you just act like it's your kid. I just didn't have to go through all the labor. I didn't have to go through the labor.
She got it easy.
But I did.
She just got a baby right away. And then for me, I am a stepmom, but I don't have a relationship with other mom. And I'm not too sure about like her spiritual walk or anything like that. But if you want to be like a good stepmom or a good like other mom, yes, treat them like they're your own kids. And then from my side, if you don't have a relationship with the mom and you can't have a relationship with the other mom, with like the actual mom, number one, never ever say anything bad about the parent to the kid, ever. Doesn't matter how you feel, doesn't matter if it's wrong, doesn't matter what you think, doesn't matter. You never speak badly. My dad taught me this at a young age. You never speak badly about about your kid's parents to them. Like, my dad never spoke badly about my mom. And then on the other side, like, it was opposite. But I just learned that I never say anything bad about Layla's mom. I never talk down on her. I never talk badly about her, because that's her mom. Like, that is a line you cannot cross. And if you cross that line already, you need to apologize, number one, to the kid, and then repent to God, because that's not okay. And then another thing is treating them like they're your own kids, and no favoritism. Because I can't be like favoriting Amelia and being not doing the same for Layla. So I like to keep them even. both of them. I talk to them the same. I discipline them the same. I love them the same. I don't see Layla as much as I see Amelia, but I still like to have fun. I still like to play with her. I still like to take her out and stuff. So I still have a relationship with her. And then I do get my one-on-one time with Layla without her dad there. So like just to build that relationship with her. Disciplining them, you just have to explain like, or correcting them, whatever the case may be. You just have to explain why, and then you just have to have rules, boundaries in your house. They have to be set, and they have to be like, these are the rules here. You know, whatever you do at your other parents' house, that's fine. That's what you do there. But these are the rules here. This is what we do. This is who we are, and this is how we do it. How do you think your family dynamics would be if Christ is not at the center?
Oh, dang. Well, how would I be? I feel like to a certain extent we might have been similar in personalities, even though I might have not come off like that, because I'm very non-confrontational when I was in the world. Didn't like confrontation unless you crossed a line, and then I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like there for sure be baby mama drama.
I think
and
so
for
too.
her.
I think we both would have caught attitudes, because that's how I used to be in the world.
You both would have been like
pulling hair.
Pulling hair, or over here sub-tweeting or sub-captioning.
That was the thing, huh? Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah.
No, honestly, who I was before God is so ugly.
Yeah,
I don't even want to think about it.
Our old soul.
I don't want to even think about what it would be like.
I got saved just in time.
Yeah, she's blessed. She has no baby mama drama. You don't really hear that.
Yeah, no, for real.
What advice would you give to someone in the same place as you two? I try to be your friend, but it seems like she's faking it and making our relationship feel like a competition. God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God.
Mine says, your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples.
Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. That's the famous 1 Corinthians 13. So
that scripture is powerful. Edgar actually is the one that taught me to pray for even Vivian and for NAOMI, like all of them. Just for us to all be in unity and harmony together when it comes to co-parenting, because I feel like the devil, maybe in probably both of our lives, will go after our marriage and maybe our co-parenting the most to get us in strife and get us like not to agree.
divided.
All divided. And I feel like standing on the word and on the scriptures and reading books and really meditating on it, I feel like has helped on both of our ends, just to be like, we just want to be peacemakers, like, at the end of the day. Like, I'm not here to, like, fight anybody. Like, Vivian's not my enemy. Jimmy's not my enemy.
The bait of Satan is offense, which is something we learned, because we all went through Bible college. So in Bible college, we learned about, like, offense and stuff. And that's something that would try to come into, like, into our co-parenting a lot. And this was even before Jimmy was in the picture. But when Jimmy came in the picture, it's just a lot better, because he'll tell me like, nope, don't send that, nope, don't say that, wait until you're not mad. Like, even when we went 50-50, I didn't want to, like, naturally, because she's been with me since she was little. But Jimmy, on the other hand, he's on the other side, where he doesn't have his daughter 50% of the time. He just gets 2 days from the week. So he kind of told me, he just explained to me, like, you don't understand what it's like to be on the other side when you don't have your kid all the time. So he basically kind of just told me, like, you have no right to say no, especially because, number one, they're in the house of God. They're leaders in the house of God. They serve in the house of God. There's literally no reason for me to be like, no. But, of course, my flesh was like, no, I want her here. I want her to, like, myself, but she's not mine. Well, number one, she's God, but she's God's. But that's one of the things you have to deal with when you're a blended family, is you have to share your kid. So, yeah. It's going to be crazy when we have our own kids. We're not going to have the weekend off, just so you know.
I'm on, wait, I got one more.
No, that's what I was thinking about when me and Jimmy talk about having kids. I'm like, but we're not gonna have like a week off or the weekend off. Like it's full time.
Full time.
So.
Has Ami asked you for kids?
Yeah, but I'm waiting until the next World Cup. What about you?
Oh my god.
No, are you currently on a fitness journey? I am. Naomi has been too, for like a long time.
Yeah.
You should tell them about if you guys want training or meal preps. I'll even put my sister's results here on the screen. That was through their business. So their business Instagram will be down there, and then yeah, they do meal preps, training. Do they do online training or no? Like FaceTime training?
Do everything. Literally everything. Zoom. We have our own app, so we can give you the app. You can do it at home wherever you are, or if you are in like the SoCal area, LA County, Orange County, we have our own gym in La Mirada now. So that's awesome. So yeah, she'll put up our business. We need to hire Vivian so she can start recording and posting on our business pages.
You guys are hair saloners.
And supporting them is supporting Ami, which is supporting me, so.
But just supporting mommy.
That's it for the video. If you guys have any more questions, if you guys want another video, comment down below. And make sure you guys follow them on their business accounts. If you guys want to get in shape this year, follow them.
Bye. See you later. I'm brushing your hair.
Alright, bye guys.
Hey,
We will see you in the next video. Yep. What do you have to say about your two mommies?
My two mommies are brushing their hair right now.
Do you think we're cute?
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Amelia has two mommies and we're cute. And that's the tea. Bye guys.